everybody. Welcome to this special edition of the Angrygeeks show. We have the zombie leader and Leigh Carines from Battlestar Galactica. Leah, thank you for being on with Todd and I. Todd, you have a lot to talk about and to talk to Leah about. You want to start the conversation, sir?
Sure. We just had a successful weekend at a Hartford Comic-Con, and as you know, Louis, one of the focuses this weekend was to raise awareness for saving Savannah and Seattle. So I'm pleased to announce I've been withholding this from Leah and from Amber and from Lindsay, the moms of the girls, that we raised a little bit over $1,400 for the girls.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So that was yes. So I was a little worried for a little bit, but in the end, we pulled through. It's a little bit. Actually, I've got like another $100 coming in. So my goal has always been $1,500.
Well, you might have more, Todd. You might have some more because the Angrygeeks show from Hartford Comic-Con is being processed now. It's going to be up within the next 24 hours and will be on all 4 of our public access markets this week. So be prepared. You might see some more monetaries coming in for you.
Awesome. So I'm really pleased. I'd like to give a shout out to Hartford area roller derby. Those girls busted their tails. So Punky Brewster and crew.
Yep, she was on the show with us. Yep.
Phenomenal. She's fantastic. The girls worked their tails off for me. We're doing a cross promotion. We'll talk about what I'm going to do for them later. But they hustled and sold over 100 beverage tickets at the convention, which were used at the party at Tavern Downtown. And for a $5 donation, the people who turned in the ticket were able to get a drink at the bar. So they legit sold like over 110 tickets. So right there was $550 that went directly to the girls' charity.
Nice.
Fantastic.
That is. Leah, how does it feel being involved in a charity like this?
It's been very... I've gone through all of the different emotions because speaking to the moms and getting to hear firsthand constantly about the girls, it's always quite heartbreaking to hear what the little girls are going through, but then to see what people like Todd, who he's never even met them, and the roller derby girls who've never even met them, it's really overwhelming and heartwarming and humbling to see the support that the girls have gotten over the past couple of years. It's really restored my faith in humankind. You ask people for help, and oh my goodness, they just always seem to deliver. It's been really, even when you don't ask for help, people seem to deliver. At their very core, people are just good.
Well, our community, we'll say the comic book, cosplay, Comic-Con community as a whole, everyone just pulls together. If somebody needs help, somebody needs something, we all pull together, especially in the New England area. And it's, for us, and Todd, you probably agree, it is one for all and all for one. Would you agree?
Definitely. There's, a lot of the people that came out to the party were, I'm relatively new to the circuit, and there were a lot of cosplayers that came out. A lot of the artists came out, which is fantastic. Vendors. So it's kind of nice because you're off duty and you get to hang out with Mark McKenna or Mark Texiera or some of your fellow vendors who you only see for a second at the show because everybody's so busy. And in this case, the focus was not to raise the bar a lot of money. It's to raise awareness and raise money for the girls. And I'll take the 100 tickets any day because that's it. It was a donation and a thought, and the Derby girls came through, and the community came through, and the people who bought the art came through. So between the $5.50 for the beverage tickets, and then about another almost $1,000 from comic art sales.
That's
Yeah, we did really well, and I still have some stuff left over that I'm going to bring to. We've got my next event will be I'm sponsoring Zombie Night at a Hartford area roller derby. So
I seen that.
Are going to here's my Straight Outta Humans again.
Actually, that logo was right at the end of your segment on our show that's being processed right now.
Nice. So the girls are going to be the first bout. The girls are going to be skating in their bout as vampires, and then the second bout with the Whalers are going to be zombies, and it's like it's a sight to be seen.
Wait, they're going against the hockey team, the Hartford Whalers?
No, the Hartford Whalers, WAILERS.
Oh.
That's like the varsity squad.
Okay, all right. I was wondering.
But they do wear the colors. It's really cool. So
Okay.
They have like a tribute uniform to the Hartford Whalers. But it's a lot of fun. Like they're wearing zombie leader shirts for the night. They're in zombie makeup. They're hitting like they hit. I mean, it's a lot of fun. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to make it this year because.
Yeah, last year we were double booked.
You're entertained for 4 hours, you know,
Mhm.
and they're sweethearts. They're everyday people, you know. You got bus drivers and PT people and dietitians and flower arrangers. Like they're sweet as can be. And then they tore their ACL. They busted up their knee. They got huge bruises on their thighs, you know. But they're awesome. So we worked out last year. They helped me at the con, and then in return, we promote the heck out of them for their bout. So with all the pictures from like Even Steven from the convention, I mean they've got platinum for publicity photos right now.
Yeah, Steven's a good friend of the show. Leah, I have another question for you. When you were asked to get involved in the charity, and you heard that you'll be working alongside someone called the Zombie Leader, what was your first reaction?
Well, so I don't know if you know, but Todd and I actually go way back.
Yeah, I heard the story.
Way back to the Battlestar Galactica days.
Mhm.
So I remembered Todd because every year he'd write a letter and ask for donations, and I would trot in and see what I could round up for him. So the charity for the girls was started, I think, 2 years ago after a convention I went to in Houston.
Mhm.
And then we came up with the idea for it. And then when Todd contacted me, it just kind of felt like exactly the kind of thing Zombie Leader would do, because he is such a generous person who spends so much of his time raising money for amazing causes. And while I was very, very touched, I'm like, yep, that's a Todd thing to do. Of course he's going to get involved with us. And I just think it's just a really stand-up thing and really speaks volumes for the kind of person that Todd is.
Thank you, Leah. I've done work, Louis, with the Leukemia Society for the past like 24 years, and I can remember at the time I taught Bonnie Hammer's son. Bonnie was at the time the sci-fi president, right when Battlestar was hot. And I would talk to Bonnie about Battlestar, and then Leah made the mistake of giving me her email, and then I would start peppering her with questions. There were three of us at the school that like we would debrief Monday morning, and then they're like, okay, ask Leah about this. So I'd like send these like 5-page paragraph like emails to her. And I think after a while she's probably, what the hell? What did I get into here?
Yeah, Leah's like, the things I do for charity. No.
And then the funny thing is I can remember this. I don't know if you remember, Leah, but Leah missed the deadline for my faculty game, and she called me at school and apologized. And I'm like, what? She's like, I'm sorry I missed your deadline. I hope I hope I could still do something. Like, of course, like, the Leukemia Society's got their end of year dinner. It's not a big deal. So she ended up she sent me her crew jacket from season 2 that she signed along with.
Actually, you told me this story. Yeah, I remember this.
So I brought it to the Man of the Year dinner along with some other stuff, and I ended up winning it. So I still have it. I found it the other day. So like, I'm hoping that I'll be able to bring it to some of the other shows and get some of the other cast members to sign it. So like, yeah,
Oh,
this
that's a
jacket.
great idea.
That
Yeah.
then you can auction it off for more
No.
for the girls. For the girls.
I'm allowed to be selfish too. No. I can be selfish too. So yeah, so Leah, I messaged her through Facebook. I'm like, I don't know if you remember me. She's like, oh, of course I do. And she's like, are you still working Leukemia Society? She's like, I'm working with this charity. Take a look at it. And one of the girls is my niece. So when I heard that, I read the GoFundMe page and it was heartbreaking. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have money, but I've got time and I got a lot of energy. And I know a lot of people. So last year at Comic-Con in Bridgeport, we did the bar crawl, which raised money for the girls. And then Caesar Feliciano donated a full day of zombie caricatures. He donated, he gave me the $400 for the day. Bob Layton donated an Iron Man sketch.
Caesar's a great guy.
$300, and we, I think, with everything from different things adding up to that, I think it was about $3,000, which at the time Savannah needed for her custom wheelchair. So Amber was very happy because it was $3,000 less that she had to pocket out because their insurance companies with their codes, their stuff is so rare. Like they're really, it sounds like they're not really doing a good job. Like the people that need it the most are getting screwed. So.
Yeah, and the whole way that this reason that this started, I going back to what you said about the cosplay Comic-Con family being such a supportive, giving group of people. When I met, I was a guest at this convention, and I met Amber, Savannah's mother, and while she was telling me her story about her daughter with mitochondrial disease, and the whole time all I kept thinking was, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm hearing my sister's story. This is crazy. There were so many similarities. While she was telling me the story, this other man named Greg was listening, and he said, oh, your daughter has mitochondrial disease. I support a girl with mitochondrial disease, and he's a part of the Star Wars community that goes around into hospitals
The
dressed as Star Wars characters.
The 501st?
501st, probably.
That, I think so, yes.
Yeah.
And
Official Star Wars.
two of those members fell in love, got married, and gave birth to, I get emotional, gave birth to a beautiful little girl named Leia, that everyone nicknamed Princess Leia, and she had mitochondrial disease.
Oh.
And at the time, she was fighting it, and Greg said, oh, the Star Wars community has totally taken this little girl under their wing, and we've been raising money for her and raising awareness for her. And I thought, isn't that an amazing thing to do? And so I went home, and I looked up this little girl right away, and I got very, very invested in her story. And every morning I'd wake up and I'd go to her parents' blog and I'd check in on her. And one day I woke up and found out she had passed away.
Oh.
And I think it was only 2 months after I had heard about her and fallen in love with her. And it really struck a chord with me. And obviously the Star Wars community was just rattled right to their bones. And then Savannah and Seattle both started, they both had needs, Savannah for this oxygen tank and Seattle for the wheelchair, and they couldn't get any help. And I thought, if the Star Wars community can do this for Princess Leia, the Battlestar Galactica community will surely come together for these two little girls. And it was one email that I sent out to the cast of Battlestar, and the next day, it blew me away. Mary McDonald's talking about them on in an interview she was doing for the Hallmark Channel, and Eddie's tweeting about them, and we made the GoFundMe page, and the Battlestar community just full force. The fans are just amazing, and like you said, Bob Layton, and it just keeps extending itself and extending itself. this is a really incredible family that we belong to. The sci-fi fans, the sci-fi family. I don't know how you should call all of us, but it's just an incredible group of people, and I'm really happy to be a part of it.
We call our in New England here, we call it the Con family. Like Todd is Con family, and when we go to a con, it's always like, where's the family? Because we got a special clique that we're all involved in, and yeah, it's just, where's the family? And everybody goes and sees the family. So that's we coined it as the Con family.
The Con family. That makes perfect sense. That's perfect. That's exactly what it is.
Feel free to use that phrase. We call ourselves the Con family.
I love it. I love it.
So where can we find out the GoFundMe page? It's still up, correct?
It is still up. The GoFundMe page is still up. If you look up the Battle for Savannah and Seattle, and then you can find them. We have a Facebook page called I Walk for Savannah and Seattle, and then both of their moms have Facebook pages and Twitter accounts. So if you just Google their names, myriad of articles and information about the girls and their conditions will come up.
Well, I will make sure that the Angry Geek Show fans know where this is.
Well, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it, and so do the girls.
Oh, it's...
And a quick link, Louie, is just go to Zombie Leader Facebook or Twitter.
Yep, that's everywhere on our stuff, so you have no worries about that.
So whenever I can...
Actually, my assistant just pulled it up and is shaking. She's showing me her iPod, and she goes, I got it. She, in the background. Katie, let me see it really quick.
This is actually Mitochondrial Awareness Week, Mitochondrial Disease
Can you guys see that? Oh, I'm blocking the camera. Can you guys see it?
The glare is there, but I see the outline of Seattle. There we go.
There you go. Leia, is there anything that you want to add before we wrap up? I know you're very busy. Anything that personal you want to let the Angry Geek Show audience know, or anything you would like to say to Todd, or anything that you want to talk about really quick?
Yeah, I would just like to say a huge thanks to Todd and to Caesar and the Derby Girls and Bob Layton and all of the other incredible artists that selflessly donated amazing pieces of artwork. And congratulations to everyone who picks them up. And I look forward to seeing who gets the rest. And and thank you to you also for having us on the show.
My pleasure.
And just lots of love to the Con family.
All right, before we go, Louie, so the Derby bout is on October 24th. You can find out about it through Zombie Leader. I set up an event page. And also through Hartford Area Roller Derby. You can catch them through Facebook or their webpage. The doors open at 5. First bout at 6. There'll be Phil Gardner is going to be doing makeup on the girls, and he's going to be doing makeup on the crowd. So if anybody in the crowd wants to get made up, cosplay's encouraged, but if you want to become zombified, we'll have a makeup artist on hand, pay a nominal fee, and he'll do a great job. I'm going to be promoting I'll be putting up pictures of the different pieces of comic cards so people who are coming know that it's going to be there, and like what the minimum bids are and things like that. And I'm hoping that, even if we move a couple pieces, that's a couple more $100 that goes to the girls. And, Leah knows that I've got the girls back, and I'll continue to do tireless work for them because that's what we're supposed to do. And I don't want, we didn't get into it tonight, but I don't want the incident with Tavern Downtown to ruin.
Yeah, I don't want to mar the interview with that incident. I know it was...
Yep. So I just want, the con community knows that Zombie Leader's legit, and the fact that we're going to give them about $1,500, including the work that the Derby Girls did, just speaks volumes, so...
All right. Well, thank you very much once again for being on. This is Louie minus Jeremy once again, who's probably home sleeping. Lucky him. And we'll see you shortly.